3, 2, 1. And we are live with our new head dancer, Flynn, furry, fabulous Flynn. It's one of Amanda's cats. You're gonna probably be seeing him running around a bit. If you've been tuning in for the past month or so, then you're familiar with Flynn. He makes a surprise appearance every now and then. And yeah, so we're gonna get started with tonight's class. Again, it's gonna be an intermediate review. All right. Goodbye. So welcome to tonight's intermediate end of the month review class. So our goal today is to do our best to bring in all the steps and choreography we've taught in the intermediate classes. And again, the intermediate classes are a bit more upbeat, a bit more advanced in the technique. We still break things down, but not as slow as we build up in the beginners classes. But again, this is meant for people who already have some dance experience, or at least want to challenge or just some sort of extra exercise and get away from their regular classes that they may be taking online. And again, just yeah, we're just gonna get started. We're gonna do our best to give you a review of what we've done the past month in order of dates. So again, all the classes are available still for free on YouTube, will remain free for forever, pretty much. Feel free to download them. Again, I have no qualms about that. Find whatever way that you can teach yourself, and if you have any questions at all, either live, just put it on the Facebook or YouTube, or just send me a message or an email or a text, and I'll do my best to help you guys out with any suggestions that you may need help on. All right, so to get started, I'm gonna follow actually along with Amanda a bit. We're not gonna do this to the music yet, but the music is in the background. So I think we started, I'm gonna go right after her. So 5, I'm gonna have her demonstrate it first. 5, 6, 7 with the basic. Yeah, okay, go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go for it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Then with the footwork. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. Groove, groove, groove together. Hip out, switch, bump, basic, and you can do whatever you want. Bump. Right? Let's do it once facing you guys. And again, it's also a review for us because we do so many things. As again, if you've been following, we pretty much create a new choreography every Wednesday, and we teach a lot of stuff on Mondays. A lot of it is similar because I personally try to circle around certain concepts, but also trying to throw in little twists for you guys to keep you entertained. Let's do it facing forward. I'm going to do a little bit back here so you can focus more on Amanda. 5, 6, always starting with the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. Footwork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Groove, groove, groove. Ba. Out. 6, 7, 8. Basic. Do whatever you want. And boom. Right? So that's the first choreography. Let's double check real quick if you guys have any questions thus far. Is there anything you'd like to add when I start breaking down some of the hip movement, Amanda? With it? Yeah. So I'm going to pass it over to Amanda. Again, just a quick review of what we've done before, just touching up on little things.
Sure. Alright, so starting from the very top, we're doing a swivel action. So this 1, 2, step together. One more time, then I'm going to show you it from the front so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. So 1, 2, step together. With my hands, I'm going like this or like this. I'm just doing like a rolly. Yeah, I didn't really know what to call that. So as I'm doing the swivel, I'm doing this with my hands. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I do to add to it when I'm going forward is I take my arms and I just go up. So whether that be with one arm, 2 arms, or 1 arm, so I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I kind of roll my body too to make that a bigger movement. So I go 1, 2, and I'm bringing it low and coming up. And I'm elongating this line. So as I roll up like this, I'm rolling my arm too. So the line becomes like this. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do a diagonal step. So we just finished here, and we're going to go out, to the side. We're not gonna, side back. So instead of being like, here's our north, east, south. So we're gonna go like southeast. So we're gonna go, we just did up, 5, 6, step together. What I do with my arm is I go across. So we just did 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I take the same arm that I went up with and I go across 5, 6, 7, 8. Now moving on from there, we're going to do a syncopated step and a diagonal. We're using a lot of diagonals in this choreography. So we're going to go forward, 1 and 2 and step together, 3 and 4 and step together. And I'm keeping my arms close to me just for this movement because I want to keep it more controlled and tiny. So we go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And if you notice, the first half doesn't match the second half. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4, forward, back, back, together. That way we kind of make this half of a diamond shape. So one more time. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, forward, back, back, together. Now from there, what we're going to do is we're going to do same thing with the diagonals, or as Jason does it, he does it a little more, yeah. Alright, so Jason was asking me if I was going to add any styling to it, and I'll show you that in a second, but I want to do the feet first. So Jason does it in front, or a little bit diagonal, and because I'm very dramatic, I like to go all the way across. So I do cross, cross, side, together. Because the movement we're going to be doing is we're going to do out in front, out to the side. We're going to switch our feet, and then bring it up. So it's going to be right, right, switch, up. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the way that I do it is I take my leg and I go all the way across. So my legs are kind of like there's no gap in between. And I achieve that by bending my right leg. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, I'm keeping my arms in, but I'm kind of doing this back styling. So what that means is I'm wearing the sweatshirt so you can't really see it too well right now, but I'm moving my arms and my torso so that this movement looks bigger. So when I go across, I'm taking this part of my body and I'm lengthening it. Then I'm going the other side. I'm lengthening this part of my body. So away, away. So this line now becomes longer. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Same thing. This is a long line. 4. Let me break that down one more time, a little bit slower. So I'm taking here. My leg is going to be straight. And I'm going to take this whole part up. And I'm going to crunch this side together. So you can see like there's like this. Can you see it on the screen? It's like that. You can see there's like this side's together and this side's elongated. So we're going 1, 2. Now this side's long and this side's crunched together. Right. Okay, so Jason was just asking me to explain to you guys how I'm keeping myself centered. And I do that by my right leg is going to be my very heavy leg. Hi, Flynn. So I'm squeezing my legs and my butt to make sure that everything is together and strong. Because if I make it like loose, this movement becomes too much to control. My energy is going to still be going up, but as I'm going to try and make this line. So like I was talking about earlier, this is my line. I'm going to try to take this line and go up with it. So we're going 1, 2, switch, up. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll do it from the back. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, switch, up. Then we do the same thing. You can either go on the front or the side. I still tend to go a little bit more crossed. So I go 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the last step is a bicycle kick, so it's more underneath us and more grounded. One more time from the top of that movement. 5, 6, 7, left foot. 1, 2, switch, up, 5, 6, bicycle kick. Sure. Okay, so from that movement, then we're going to just do like a grooving movement. So we're going to go left, right, left, together, and then we're going to do hip, motion, around, step. One more time. So we just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now do the groove, left, right, left, together, around, 6, step, step. Alright, so from the top, facing the, I'm going to face this way. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sure. So, you want to do it from the front? Which part of the arms? Alright. 5, 5, 6, 7, basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Messed up one more time. The beginning? Okay. I explained. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna hand it back to Jason.
Cool. So there you get some of the little details that Amanda does in particular. So we're gonna move on now to the second choreography that we did for the second week. So I think with this one we started with a hooking step, right? So we syncopated into a hook. So we're gonna do this slow. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and from here went into a hop, right? 5 and 6. So we're gonna do this again. 5, 6, nice and slow. We're gonna go 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Did we switch over here? Okay. So let's do one more time. So making sure you keep it diagonal. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7. Switch. So you keep this in place. From there, the next step is. So we're going into a forward turn, making sure we're rolling actually. 1, switch, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go 5, plant, and from there, bicycle kick, 8. So let's do that a couple of times. After we finished here, boom, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we're going into. So she has her version, I have my version. I'm gonna break down mine and then pass it over to her. So from here, I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Okay, let's do that one more time slow. So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. Then from there, next part after that is the fast steps. So we're gonna go fast steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Making sure you cross. You can do it forward too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Using mainly the inside of my calf, right? Not the back, the inside of my calf to bring then my ankle behind the heel above it and have a small pocket for my foot. Seven and 8 and so from here we start going into that fast step. One, so we want to try to go together, not get ahead. Just do it as I count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And from here, now we start going into an inside turn. Nope, sorry. Outside turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So all these things are things that I was hoping you'd break down as you go along into this thing. So let's do that one more time, facing you guys now, and then we'll finish up. 5, 6, basic, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, boom. I messed up, keep going, Amanda, keep going, Amanda, boom. Let me do that. Okay, she goes to, sorry, because I distracted her. 5, 6, I go to first basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I messed up. But that's a general gist of it. Let's try with the music on it again, and then we'll do this together. Ba, 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 ba. Mic check, 1, 2. So we're gonna go basic 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. Boom. Alright. So I keep messing up my own choreography, which is okay. Basic one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I think one of the questions we just saw was that is that first 7 a bicycle kick? I'm trying to understand what that means. Is that first 7 a bicycle kick? Is that first 7? So if you break it down like this, let me see this real quick. The question. Alright, turn it down a little bit. So as you're going into the first count would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6. Going diagonally back. 7, 8. Yes. It's like a knee up, needs a bicycle kick. Bicycle kick is usually just this. But yes, as far as the motion of bringing the bicycle forward. So people would call it a reverse bicycle kick. Bring the knee up towards you and down. So that is correct. You would go 1 and 2 and 3, cross. 5 and 6. So keep it slow and low underneath you. 7, switch. One last time. 5, 6, right into it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, and you can count to 8 and. Alright, cool. So I think that's pretty much set for the second one. And then we're on to the last one, which is the third of the series. Do you remember some of it? Okay, I'm going to pass the mic to you while I check the computer again.
Alright, so here we go. Last one. We're going to do a basic. Actually, let me just show you it first. So we do 1 and 2, 3, switch. 5 and 6, 7, switch. Actually, I'm sorry, we don't switch. We do 1 and 2, out, switch. 5 and 6, out, bring it in. Because the next movement we're doing is, what are they called, Jason? We're gonna call them counterclockwise taps. So we do step, step, tap, step, step, tap, step, step, tap, step, step, tap. Clockwise, not counterclockwise. We're doing clockwise, not counterclockwise. So we're going to our right. And this is another little part where Jason and I do a little bit different because I like to point my toe and keep my knees together, and Jason uses his heel. So with the heel, it would look like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And right from there, we're going to do quick switch and do a groove. 1, 2. Bring your right knee up as you switch. 3, 4. Do 1, 2, 1. Huh? This part? Okay, so I'm gonna go over the taps again. Jason asked me to go over them. So my styling, I'm gonna go over my styling one more time. So we just did 1 and 2 tap, switch, 5 and 6 tap together. And we're gonna go step, step out, step, step out, step, step out, step, step out. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my knees, putting them together. I'm like almost hugging them together. And my left knee is meeting my right knee. Kind of like, can you see that? It's like this. It's meeting the back of my knee right here. Back of my right knee. I'm sending my hip a little bit up, and I'm rotating my foot outwards. So it's not like this on top. You can see the outside of my foot. So this is me normal, and this is me rotating my hip and moving my foot sideways. So it makes this unique line when we're dancing. So we do 1 and 2. So as I get into the movement, my hip goes up and we sit. My left hip goes up. So go 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So as I go into the next movement, like if I go from here to there, 1 and 2. I come up, down. So I go 1 and 2, up, sit, up, sit, up, sit. I'm using my ball of my feet as I'm traveling. So as I'm traveling, and then when I'm doing the actual movement, my left foot is flat and my right foot is touching with just my toes. Just like the top of my foot here. So I'm using just like the top here if I were to do like this, the side of my toe. So don't know. Oh. Okay, so my foot is angled, so my pinky toe is the first one touching the ground, but I'm aiming with my big toe. So looks like this. If we were to be doing ballet, it would be going like this. The same type of movement that we're doing, just straight on the ground. So one more time from the top, we go 1 and 2, out, switch. 1 and 2, out, together. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8 and. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just did groove, 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 up. You can either go up in front of you, or you can go up behind you. I think Jason does this. So 4, 5, we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, step together. So in my body movement, I like to make it like very flowy when I have that chance to do a movement like that. So what I'm doing is my feet aren't really doing a lot of the work. It's much of my upper body. So I'm trying to keep my feet small, but keep this big. I might not be succeeding as well because I like to make my movements big, but I'm trying to do 1. So as you can see, my left foot is bent and I'm using this part of my body and I'm sending it to the side. I'm using the inside of my foot, the ball of my foot, and I'm kind of using it as like I'm pushing one way, and my knee is pointing inward, my foot is pointing outward. So it's kind of this awkward movement at first, but once you get used to it, this is how I do basically all of my movements. So you can see my knee is going inward, my foot is going like this, but kind of like out, like a tiny bit. Yeah, it's like a wide stance. So we're here. Now my body is going to go 1. I'm going to roll through it. So here, roll. Then we're going to switch. My other foot is going to be the ball of the foot, and I'm going to send my other side of my body to the side. And you're just going to repeat that movement. I'm rolling through the ball of my foot to the flat of my foot, pretty much. And like I was talking about earlier, we're using the same movement where this is crunching together, this side is coming close together, and this side is becoming longer. So we're making this really flowy movement together. Yeah. So I'm using a lot of weight shifting to go from one side to the other. So here we go. So like when I finish the movement is when I go as far as I can. I'm trying to keep it like a tabletop. We're going like this. We're not going like this. Totally different movement. So we're going to go, if we just stood still and we went like this is as far as my body can go. So that's as far as I'm going to go. So that's how we're doing this movement. We do 1, 2, 3, up or back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, together. Try one more last time. Okay. 5, 6, 7, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then from here, to move on with the movement, we're going to do 2 spins or 1 spin, as many as you can. So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. With 1 spin, it's going to look like this. Okay, we're going to do it just with 2 spins. Going to keep everything really tight. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the reason why I keep everything so tight is because I need to be able to keep control of my body because I know the next movement I'm going to be doing. So here we go. With our turn. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll show you it from the front. 5, 6, 7, turn. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just remember to spot. Keeping your knees together is going to help you stop when you need to. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So I'm really grounding my feet and rolling the balls of my feet so you can make this movement possible. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, the end. And that's the end of that choreography.
Cool. So that's like a breakdown again from Amanda's parts of her styling and her distinct movements. So that way you can start implementing those. Again, doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl. As you implement these movements, they add layers to what you're doing. To go back on the last thing she just touched upon, very important as you're doing that movement, right? When she said spotting, it doesn't just mean just look at something. It means also to define your movement through that motion. So she's going 1 and she's going a full revolution, meaning a whole 360. 360 degrees. I know. And then we're gonna go into when I was like, we haven't talked about my feet. I was like, I know, just hold on a second, because right now she's already in the kitchen trying to talk about the feet, and like they can't hear her. So from here, we're gonna go into 1 and 2 and, right? So the tricky part is you may have a tendency in general to go 1 and try to bring this foot around, right? Again, this is the illusion that this foot is going over here. It's not. It's making a whole revolution, ending up on the same side. 1 and 1 and 2 and, okay? And that's pretty much it about with that whole thing. Let's do this together, Amanda, once you finish taking your break, a little break here. So let's do this together facing the audience quick. I'm gonna do my best to follow along. 5, 6, always with the basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, and pause, boom. So from here we go into the groove, right? So notice here, this is the distinction between me and Amanda. We're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So from here, right? If she brings it in, go ahead. 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So you can do it with the styling of bringing the knee in, or just bring the knee in here, 7, 8, and then from here we go into the double spins, right? I'm gonna only do one spin. She's gonna do double spins. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's pretty much it. And I think that last thing we did was just like freestyle on your own, right? So that's the basis of that movement. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit more, and then we'll work together. Okay, we're gonna do it to the sound here. 5. Oh, you said it. We'll break down. You said you were trying to break down the feet.
I know you like it.
Spin it. Okay, so she's all set with it.
Se acabó el recreo.
We're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to this side. We're gonna have you go a little bit forward. 5, 6, 2 basics. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more basic. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1. Do whatever you want. Basic. One more basic. Do this together. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's see if we can do the whole thing from the tippy top of the first beat choreography, right? Let's see if I can remember. Again, this is going to be our own honest attempt at remembering what we did. Let's do a couple basics. 1, 2, 3, 4. More basic. Let's see what I can remember. And we'll go together with the circle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basic. Let's try that again. Basic. Right, again, it's this challenge for us as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Ooh, 2, I messed up. 5, bum, 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 bum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's go into the second choreography. Basic. Listen, bum, bum, nice and slow. Right now we're actually on the reverse beat. People will call it the 4 count, or is it another 5? 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basic. See if I can remember. Bum. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Basic. One more basic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. And then step 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Bum, 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 boom. Right, when in doubt, you just basic it out. Now we're gonna go to the last one. Let's go back to regular beat. Bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Boom. Boom. Right? And that's pretty much it. So that's the review of this whole month's Bachata choreographies. So again, even for us, even though we created a choreography, it's still a challenge for us to remember things. But what I want you guys to learn through all of this It's a few things. One is that the learning process is a process itself. There's no beginning or end. Number two, we all make mistakes. We all can mess up. Even the instructor has to constantly practice it and work on it. And there's different things, that they could be hard, you could be tired. But again, that's why I also really appreciate those of you who do watch it, even when it's not live, because again, I understand that life is busy. Even during these times, it takes a lot of energy, discipline, and effort to watch a class, go through it, ask questions, be in your full mind and pretty much intention to do something. And then number three is that hopefully that you see that the concepts that I'm teaching you that they're connected, and you get some perspective from Amanda's part when she's able to add her styling, her perspective. There's certain things that we do automatically ourselves because we've done it for so long, or because we've been trained in certain ways that movement comes out different. So part of it is like differentiating between like what is the choreography and what's like the correct choreography, but also is like where is their place in a position to really add your styling, to like increment a bit of movement, or to kind of play around with something, right? To learn to break the rules in a way that's still enjoyable for yourself and still keeping intact the integrity of the dance or the project that you're working on, right? So that's like the balance that we try to achieve. I personally try my best to make sure that I give you as close to as possible a thorough explanation of the movement. I try to give you guys some variety with different things, whether it's music or little, information pieces here and there. And with Amanda here, she also likes to add, her own styling. I try to encourage her when I can, and when I'm also more clear-headed about what I want her to show you guys in her class and her classes as well. Because sometimes I'm like juggling different things, but again, I appreciate you guys' patience. I appreciate the different things you guys do to participate. So if you guys have any last questions, just put it on the Facebook, on the YouTube, or send me a message. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Pretty much all set for now. No, any parting message before we take a break? Pretty good. Okay, so she's all set too for now. So we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break, and then we're gonna go into the salsa review, and we're gonna work more on that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back for tonight's salsa review.